Welcome to this post-cabinet briefing. I'll hand you over to the Chief Secretary of the present Cabinet, Dr. Sir.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, Secretary. Let me have this opportunity once more to welcome members of the media for our usual post-cabinet briefing, which is as usual going to be presented by our Chair, the Honorable Minister. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Chief Secretary, and I want to thank my Prime Secretary. And once again, thank you all for the members of Fourth Estate for the support and coming. Today is our 13th, it's on the 13th of April, Cabinet met, and here is the first Cabinet press briefing. Cabinet received an update on the response. Cabinet first received an update on the response to the COVID-19 outbreak, and this was presented by the Minister of Defense and War Veterans Affairs as chairperson of the Interministerial Task Force on the COVID-19 outbreak. Cabinet was informed that as of 12 April 2021, Zimbabwe's cumulative COVID-19 cases stood at 37,307, with 34,901 recoveries and 1,542 deaths. The recovery rate stands at 94%, with 34,423 of cases being attributed to local transmission, with active cases of 864. Cabinet noted that due to the strong COVID-19 surveillance system which is being implemented in schools, last week's outbreak at Sacred Heart School in Umzimbane district of Matabeleland South Province was easily detected and dealt with. Out of the 248 students and 33 teachers who were tested, 117 were found to be COVID-19 positive. All the cases are mild and are isolating at school for the learners and at home for the teachers. Response activities that include contact tracing and strengthening of all standard operating procedures and also guidelines are in progress. Generally, admissions for COVID-19 cases have decreased, that is in hospitals, resulting in institutions such as the Parenepa group of hospitals reclaiming areas in the outpatient department for routine service provision. However, Cabinet is advising citizens to maintain a high level of alertness and adhere to the preventive and precautionary measures which are already in force. This includes during the impending 41st Independence Day anniversary, during which time gatherings of more than 50 persons will be prohibited. In order to protect learners during the forthcoming holiday, and also avoid the COVID-19 infection spike as happened over the Christmas and New Year holidays, Cabinet has directed that all learners at boarding schools remain at their respective schools during the Independence holiday in order to avoid travel congestion and also minimize chances of contracting the virus. All school heads, with 40 exception, are required to observe this directive, which is in the national interest. Cabinet received a report on the National Youth Service Training Program. Cabinet considered and approved the re-establishment of the National Youth Service Training Program. This proposal was presented by the Minister of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation, Honorable Kirsty Coventry. The proposals came as a result of consultations between the Ministries of Youth, Sports, Arts and Recreation and Ministry of Defense and War Veterans Affairs. Cabinet noted that National Youth Service is a very important youth development program which is crucial in nurturing young people in becoming responsible and resilient citizens with a clear sense of national identity and respect for national values. The program is a key strategy for youth empowerment in national, regional, continental, and international development IT frameworks to which Zimbabwe is a member. The frameworks include the SADC Revised Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan, also the African Youth Charter of 2006, and the World Programme of Action on Youth, and finally on the United Nations Strategy 2030. The program is designed to equip youth who comprise persons between the ages of 18 and 35, equip them with patriotism, discipline, volunteerism, survival skills, hard work, loyalty, tolerance, resilience, determination, and honesty. During training, the youth will be encouraged to participate in development projects and disaster response activities, and thereby assist in enhancing national capacity to manage disasters. The Constitution of Zimbabwe Amendment number 20, that Act provides that all institutions and agencies of government at all levels must take reasonable measures, including affirmative action, to ensure that youth have access to appropriate education and training, that they participate in social, economic, and other spheres of life, and also that youth should be empowered and be protected from harmful practices, exploitation, and abuse. Cabinet further agreed that under the revamped program, vocational training centers across all the provinces will focus on entrepreneurship and livelihood skills training. These will encompass enterprise awareness, opportunity identification, project financing, and basic farming. The Civil Protection Unit will place emphasis on disaster mitigation and management skills. The rollout of the National Youth Service Program will involve community attachments of youth for work experience and service to various government departments and local authorities. Graduates of the program will qualify for further training, assistance in starting businesses, and for enrollment for careers in the police, the army, the Air Force, nursing, and teaching, among others. The program will also take on board the disabled, and it will certainly maintain gender balance and fair regional representation, with recruitment taking place through our district offices. Cabinet further resolved that the National Youth Service Program will be funded by government upon enactment of the necessary law. The program shall also be mandated to generate its own income through engagement in commercial activities. The youth will not pay fees, but will be provided with uniforms, training kits, and travel expenses. And they will also be accorded allowances as the economy improves. More details on this program, on its implementation modalities, will be provided as the program unfolds. The Cabinet received a report on the progress on the procurement and rollout of COVID-19 vaccines. Cabinet considered and approved the progress report on the procurement and rollout of COVID-19 vaccines as presented by the Vice President and Minister of Health and Child Care, Honorable CGDN Chiwenga. Cabinet is pleased to advise that government is awaiting delivery of 600,000 doses of Sinopharm vaccines following completion of procurement processes. In addition, the Minister of Finance and Economic Development is granted authority to purchase 5 million more doses of the vaccine. Cabinet also wishes to report that as of 12 April 2021, 234,709 people have received their first dose of the vaccine, while 29,304 received their second dose. Steps are being taken to increase the number of people to be vaccinated across the provinces, particularly in hotspots areas like Matabele South, Mashonaland West, Harare, and Manicaland provinces. Cabinet also advises that printing of the new COVID-19 vaccination cards with security features is now on course, and also the World Health Organization is working on a platform to store vaccination data for use internationally. Following reports on the lack of radiotherapy services in the southern region, Cabinet is pleased to announce that the Mpilo Radiotherapy Center in Bulawayo is now functional. This center will cover Bulawayo, Matabeleland North, Masvingo, Midlands, and Matabeleland South. Then Cabinet received a report on the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Russian Federation State Atomic Energy Corporation. Cabinet considered and approved the Memorandum of Understanding between the Republic of Zimbabwe and the Russian State Atomic Energy Corporation. This was presented by the Minister of Energy and Power Development, Honorable Jim Musora. The memorandum seeks to facilitate higher level cooperation between the two countries in the use of nuclear energy by laying a foundation for the execution of the agreed areas of cooperation. Joint working groups will be established to identify specific projects to facilitate the cooperation, including exploring the feasibility of constructing a Center for Nuclear Science and Technology. Zimbabwe has not been spared from the impact of climate change, which has, among others, seen the decline of water levels in Lake Kariba. Alternative sources of energy will remove dependence on Lake Kariba. The anticipated cooperation in the use of nuclear energy for peaceful purposes will provide that alternative sources of energy which Zimbabwe needs. Cabinet also received an update on the implementation of the 600-day cycle project in preparations for the 7th cycle of the Second Republic. To protect communal livestock, which has been under threat from diseases, the Department of Veterinary Services embarked on a project to produce 4.5 million Newcastle disease vaccine and administered 4 million vaccinations to communal poultry countrywide. Then Cabinet received a report on the National Development Strategy 1, 2021-2025 compliant plans. Cabinet received and approved ministerial action plans that are compliant with the National Development Strategy 1, 2021-2025. These were presented by the Ministers of Mines and Mining Development, Honorable Chitando, Minister of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare, that's Professor Mavima, the National Housing and Social Amenities, Honorable Garwe, in Primary and Secondary Education, Honorable Matema. The ministry that is under the Mines and Mining Development, the ministry seeks to promote sustainable exploration, mining, beneficiation, value addition, marketing and management of mineral resources for the benefit of all Zimbabweans. The deliverables of the ministry will encompass improving the country's ease of doing business, the ranking especially, as well as the business earnings from beneficiated and value-added minerals. Under policy and administration, the ministry will ensure the following: amendment of the Mines and Minerals Act and the Gold Trade Act and the Precious Stones Act, development of the minerals development policy, and also an artisanal small-scale gold mining strategy. They also look at a beneficiation and value addition strategy. The ministry will establish private sector-led chrome to ferrochrome processing facilities and core to coke processing plants, while facilities for locally cut and polished diamonds will be prioritized. Private sector-led service centers will also be established, while the ministry cadastral information management system will be operationalized. The ministry, under the industry loan fund, the mining industry loan fund will be established to capacitate small-scale miners. Prospecting will be enhanced, new mines will be opened, existing mines will be expanded, and closed mines such as Shabani Mashawa will be reopened. Under the Ministry of National Housing and Social Amenities, The ministry's main thrust will be to lead in the provision of human settlements in a coordinated and sustainable manner through the facilitation and promotion of functional housing and social amenities for all. The ministry's deliverables include improved and well-planned human settlements, as well as improved access to affordable and quality housing and social amenities. The ministry will develop urban housing and social amenities focusing on settlement densification, urban regeneration, and regularization of informal and dysfunctional settlements. In the rural areas, focus will be on provision of water and sanitation in schools, clinics, and the community in general, while a model for modern and affordable houses will be developed. Smart city development concepts will be prioritized so as to encourage urban to rural migration by providing housing and social amenities in rural district councils and at growth points. Under public service, labor and social welfare, the mission of the ministry is to promote quality and inclusive public service delivery, employment promotion, efficient labor administration, and provide also sustainable social protection for socio-economic transformation. The ministry is mandated to improve access to inclusive social protection and increased decent jobs. Improved child care and protection will be fostered through the following projects or programs: expansion of child protection services, strengthening of the National Care Management System for the care and protection of orphans and vulnerable children, then the Basic Education Assistance Module BIM, social assistance to persons with disability, and harmonized social cash transfer, and food deficit mitigation. The ministry will improve industrial relations through social dialogue, labor dispute settlement, job and income security will be enhanced through the social insurance program. Then there will be formalization of the informal sector and an employment benefit scheme. Under the Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education, the ministry is mandated to provide equitable, quality, inclusive, relevant, and competence-driven primary and secondary and non-formal education. The ministry's deliverables encompass improving governance and access to quality, equitable, and inclusive education. It also seeks to increase the uptake and application of science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics STEM. Other areas of focus entail improving research, development, and innovation, vocational skills and entrepreneurship among the youth and citizens, and access to affordable quality education. The ministry will promote commercial ventures in schools through utilization of land and space available to those schools. The public schools will engage in commercial activities through fostering joint ventures with private investors. A business development unit will be established at the ministry's head office to supervise, monitor, and evaluate the implementation of the school's commercial venture projects. I thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.